Hello everyone again, this is the Houndmaster. Just making my, day 4 video. Sorry I didn't make another video for day 3. Went and saw The Lone Ranger instead. Pretty good movie. So, I just wanted to take y'all through real quick. My process here. So, what I like to do is leave the arms off until the very end, because I like to get down into those details on the chest pieces. And I really think it adds a lot to be able to do those nice crisp lines, even if it's going to be behind a bolter. So start out with a little coat of corn red over some black primer, followed by some lead belcher, and then I do a wash of Nuln Oil and begin doing some of the detail work. You can see some Runelord brass up on that sword. I use Ironbreaker to go over the lead belcher that's been washed with Nuln Oil, and Mephiston red to go over the corn red that's been washed, and just give it a little some of those details that make the miniature look great. Finally, I usually paint the 2 shoulder pads, and then the bolter, and then the arms, or the armor bolter, excuse me, separate, and then glue them on before doing my bases. I really am having a lot of trouble with this. I have to, and just a little OCD moment, I have to paint the chest pieces like I do, but getting those arms into position, getting them where I can paint them easily, it's just a real hassle. So I'm trying to figure out something to do for that. Let's see, now what do we got coming up next? Today, so far, it's a rainy July 4th here in Tennessee, but first thing I've got for you is a finished regular Marine here. Now if you look at the eye, I did, what was it, White Scar, or I think, yeah, White Scar in there, and then a Guilliman blue glaze. I like it. It's a light blue, and it leaves some of that white undertone, and it's really easy because you just get a little droplet on your brush, and boom, it's in. So yeah, here's this guy. What I've got coming up today as well, these are a couple guys that I actually built a while ago. That just happen to have the right shoulder pad configuration and everything. So I'm going to go back and repaint these. Essentially all they've got is the base coats on them. So with any luck, I'll be able to do these fairly easy. I am a little worried about doing, pardon my finger there, worried about doing this guy because of the sensor array on his back. I think I can do the Auspex pretty well, but there's a lot of different panels here, and I feel like it needs something to break up the silver pattern besides just that black tube or maybe some small brass embellishments. So I'm kind of thinking that over, seeing what I'm going to do there. I've got a Heavy Bolter Devastator. Nothing special. It's going to be a real treat to try and repaint that behind everything, plus do corn red into that gap. Again, not really sure what to do with the backpack. Just a lot of space there that I don't want to go to waste when I could put an accent color somewhere in it, but it might just be better that way. And the last piece of my Rhino that needs to get done is this, the front. Now, I do kind of want some suggestions on this because I'm going to game day on the 27th, and I really like Forge World doors and stuff like that for my Rhino, but at the same time I really want to see this thing completed and done. I want to have the knowledge that it's finished, and maybe save those Forge World doors for Command Rhino. So just let me know what you guys think. Also, I've got some I got scrolls all over my stuff, but in particular right there. And I was wondering if any of you would like to share the brand of art pen that you use for doing your scroll work. I know Warboss Tay has used it before, and I've seen it around the internet some. So I just wanted to throw that out there, ask if anyone has any ideas on that. Now, while I answer the next couple questions, I'll give you all something nice to look at least, hopefully, if I can get them to all stand up. Ah, yeah, there you go. So, yesterday's question is, when did you get into the hobby? And I got into the hobby at the end of July and the beginning of August of last year. I was really struggling with depression and anxiety and going through some intensive counseling, and miniatures just helped me out a lot. They helped me to focus on something. They helped me to, find interest and value. And I mean, it wasn't video games. Warhammer is a social hobby. You've got the miniatures that you play with on a table with other people, and I really enjoyed that interaction. I really enjoyed the artistic side of it, the painting and the modeling, and I love the fluff. That's what originally drew me into Warhammer, was Gotrek and Felix, which I'm sure a lot of people started with. Just a good all-around hack and slash kind of novel. But it really helped me to focus and to calm down and to appreciate what I'm capable of. You've seen my first miniature, and looking back at some of my stuff, it is not too great, and I'm not very happy with it. But looking at the stuff that I'm turning out now, these two, or three even without the base, man, I'm happy with those. I'm beyond happy. I didn't think I could even make them look that good. So yeah, that's where I kind of got into the hobby, was to relieve some stress and find some value in what I can do. As for today's question, let's see, what is a rule that makes you go, what? Now, one of the things that kind of makes me go, what, that isn't really a fluff thing is, it seems like a lot of people don't like fantasy as much. Now, the rule that I want to pick that makes me go, what, or the fluff, is the fact that while these guys are superhuman, genetically engineered, bolter-wielding mega men in crazy armor, and the Imperial Guard is a heavily mechanized, super advanced, laser shooting, tidal wave of death, you still have to fight some of the same stuff that they do in fantasy, namely demons. That bloodthirster of Khorne, you've got, Soul Grinder, those things that you fight in 40k. In fantasy, you gotta do the same thing, but you're using magic, black powder, and sharp, pointy objects. I mean, how much trouble do you have taking out demons with Space Marines, much less, doing it with a musket and not running and screaming for your life? So that is the piece of fluff that always makes me go, whoa, in a good way. It's what drew me to the Empire. I mean, they're normal human beings fighting essentially an entire world an entire world full, even, of just horrible monsters and chaos and evil things. So, I mean, demons are obviously stronger. Warriors of Chaos are huge brutes in essentially power armor, with mutations and everything. I mean, lizard men are designed by the gods to fight. Tomb Kings, vampire counts, orcs and goblins, any of these are well and truly above the average human being. But somehow, even fighting among itself, the Empire manages to stay together. Well, I know this has been a long movie, But I really hope that you guys enjoy the painting. I'm thinking about doing a little tutorial on how I do my bases. If you guys would like to see that, just leave a comment. I've really enjoyed seeing everyone's stuff. Man, seeing some orcs and goblins, some Krieg. Let's see what else is out there. High elves. Oh, some good looking high elves out there. Of course, Warboss, Tazvos, Troyans. You can't look at those and not want to pick up Imperial Guard. Maybe next army, huh? Well, see you guys later.